Hello and welcome to this video from the South Devon Heritage Railway, which runs between Buckfastleigh and Totnes Riverside. 7 miles of beautiful scenery along the River Dart, and I'll be visiting all of the stations along this line. I'll be stopping off at Totnes mainline station 2, and I'll also be calling at Staverton, which is the station between Buckfastleigh and Totnes. I hope you enjoy watching the video. I'm beginning my visit here at Buckfastleigh in the railway yard, and in the sidings there's a number of carriages and wagons, all of which date back to the first half of the last century. Like all of the stations along the line, Buckfastleigh has been beautifully recreated, and there's a really interesting museum with a number of interesting artefacts from the railway's past. The station is located on the edge of Dartmoor, and it's the headquarters of the South Devon Railway, and it's where most people start their journey on the line. In 1971, Buckfastleigh became the terminus of the line when the route beyond the station was closed to allow improvements to the A38 Devon Expressway. For most of its route, the line runs to the east or to the north of the River Dart, and this means that the river views are best seen to the left of the train when facing Buckfastleigh, and to the right of the train when facing Totnes. It's easy to see why the railway has been used as a filming location for a number of period films and TV programmes. The train is stopped briefly at Staverton station, which is a delightful, unspoilt country station that has remained largely unchanged for about 100 years. I'll be stopping off at Staverton on my way back along the line, but my journey continues to the end of the line at Totnes Riverside.
Totnes, this is Totnes Riverside. Please mind the gap between the train and the edge of the platform. Totnes, this is Totnes Riverside. Please mind the gap between the train and the edge of the platform.
Well, I'm here at Totnes Riverside Station, which is the end of the 7-mile stretch of line that runs from Buckfastleigh on the South Devon Railway. And this stretch of line, it originally opened in the 1870s, and it ran from Ashburton back in those days down to Totnes, where it connected to the main GWR network. Unfortunately though, due to falling passenger numbers, the line closed to passengers in 1958, and it remained open though for 4 more years for freight traffic before closing completely in 1962, after which it went into preservation. But it is a beautiful line, and it's a beautiful station. They're immaculate, they really are, and it's a lovely, lovely day out, and I do thoroughly recommend it.
available at the other end. We could just put the engine.
Totnes Riverside is the southern terminus of the South Devon Railway, but this station never used to be here because it was a greenfield site, because back in the days when GWR operated this line, services ran from Ashburton through Buckfastleigh directly into Totnes main line station. When the line first reopened as a heritage line in 1969, the owners were unable to reach an agreement with British Rail for their trains to run into the main line station at Totnes. The railway purchased this site in 1977 and a loop was constructed and the platform was added a few years later. In 1985, British Rail did allow trains from the Heritage Railway to run directly into Totnes mainline station. But because of the high charges that were levied, the South Devon Railway decided that it wasn't cost effective to maintain that arrangement, and so from 1988, all of their services terminated here. In fact, in the early 1990s, a new footbridge was constructed to connect this station with the main line station at Totnes. Sitting on the platform here, you get a really good view of main line services that run into and out of Totnes station. The Great Western Railway and the communities around it have been shaped by a number of inspirational people over the years, and their fleet of intercity express trains celebrate these people and their legacies by bearing their names. The train at the front, which was 802-006, was named after the D-Day veteran and fundraiser Harry Billinge.
It would have been under when it was at full. Whether there was a shed there. I'm not very good on shed numbers.
Well, it's time to depart from Totnes Riverside, and I'm setting off back on the 7-mile journey along this line to Buckfastleigh. But en route, I'll be stopping off at the small wayside station at Staverton, which is a beautiful country station that's remained largely unchanged for well over 100 years. When I was researching this visit, I was interested to read that the first passenger train ran on this heritage railway on the 5th of April 1969, with none other than Dr. Richard Beeching performing the official opening ceremony. Well, I've just got off the train at Staverton station, which is midway between Buckfastleigh and Totnes Riverside. And like the other two stations on the line, this is beautiful. The floral displays are truly breathtaking. And there's a preservation group of volunteers who have been recruited to look after this station, and they've done a fantastic job. It is lovely here. Staverton station is the only intermediate station on the line, and it was built when the line opened in 1872. When the line was first taken over as a preserved line, this station, along with the buildings and the infrastructure, were derelict. But over the years, a dedicated group of volunteers called the Staverton Preservation Group have restored the station to how it would have appeared in the period from around the early 1930s to the late 1950s. These volunteers now run and maintain the station, carrying out such duties as a station master, a porter, a booking clerk, signalman, and other activities that are needed to operate a typical country branch line station. The main traffic transported along this line would have been timber and cider, and you can see here some cider barrels on display on the platform. I really like this original GWR signal box which is opposite the platform. And over on the right hand side is this buffet coach which is open on selected days during the season, serving a delicious selection of teas, coffees, drinks and snacks. Well, I'm just waiting for my train back to Buckfastleigh, and that will end this visit to the South Devon Railway. And despite being Devon born and bred, I've never been on this railway before, so I'm so glad I came. It's lovely, beautifully maintained, very, very friendly staff, and very interesting rolling stock too. So I would thoroughly recommend a visit to this railway. It is well worth it. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video, and I'll be back with another one very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.